Good morning and welcome to today's edition of the Sugar City Morning Show. It is indeed a pleasure to greet you this morning on this beautiful Thursday, October 19th, and it's exactly 6 minutes after 7 o'clock. Muy buenos días, compañeros. Un gran gusto de saludarles y darles la bienvenida al Sugar City Morning Show. Estamos aquí transmitiendo en vivo desde Nortevisión Canal 10 aquí en Orange Road y es un gran gusto enviarles nuestros más atentos saludos y deseos para el día de hoy. Hoy, como siempre, empezamos nuestro programa con nuestra oración y no es ninguna excepción hoy enteramente y vamos a seguir adelante diciendo: Padre, te doy las gracias por otro día. Gracias, Padre, por permitir el milagro de que podamos abrir los ojos, que podamos sentir, comer, caminar, vivir. Gracias, Padre. Mi fe está al Padre de que tú nos amas intensamente, incondicionalmente. Mi fe es tal de que tú haces todo por tu propio camino. Muchas veces no tenemos ni la mínima idea nosotros por qué suceden las cosas, pero ese tipo de fe, ese tipo de pensamiento a mí me da paz. Y no voy a cuestionar y no me voy a sugestionar, Padre, con hubiera y hubiera y hubiera. Porque simplemente sucedió. Así debió de suceder, debí yo de aprender algo sobre ello o de una forma, Padre, tú me protegiste de algún incidente. Gracias, Padre. Gracias por eso. Te pido que continúes bendiciéndonos, a mis familiares, a mis compañeros de trabajo, a mis amistades, a todos mis conocidos y a todas las personas que se unan a esta oración, a este momento. Te pido, Padre, por los enfermos, los que están en las cárceles, por aquellos viejitos y viejitas que tienen que trabajar, andar con sus cubetas de producto de fruta y de verdura por las calles, vendiendo. Ayúdalos, Padre. Provee para ellos. Por los niños que andan descalzos, sin comer. Por los enfermos, por aquellos que no tienen a nadie con quien platicar en sus casas y que se sienten solos. También te pido, Padre, por todas aquellas personas que andan por las calles caminando sin saber dónde van. Te pido, Padre, por todos nosotros, que tengamos la capacidad de reconocer la necesidad en otra persona, ser considerados, ser sensibles a las necesidades de otras personas y hacer algo por ello y no simplemente cerrar nuestras puertas y nuestros portones y decir eso es problema de ellos. A dejar de ser tan egoístas y tan hipócritas. Padre, permítanos ser más humildes, más generosos y hacer lo que tú nos pides, amar a nuestro prójimo. Padre, te bendecimos, te glorificamos, te adoramos siempre. Amén. Good morning. If you've just joined us, it's exactly 10 minutes after 7 o'clock. This is the general weather forecast for today, Thursday, October 19th. I'm sorry. And the general situation, ladies and gentlemen, is described as the following. Moist and unstable conditions continue to prevail over the country of Belize. For the following 24 hours, it will be mostly cloudy with some showers, periods of rain, and isolated thunderstorms, mainly affecting the coast and sea this morning and tonight, then over inland and northern areas this afternoon. By some form or fashion, we don't seem to be out of the woods in that little description there. Northern, inland and northern areas, that speaks clearly that this is can be Orange Walk. The winds from the northeast at 5 to 15 knots. The sea state light chop. Temperatures along the coast a maximum of 86, a minimum of 78. Inland a maximum of 90 degrees and a minimum of 73 degrees. And in the hills a maximum of 77 and a low of 68 degrees Fahrenheit. There is an advisory in place because there is the potential for localized flooding. Flooding may occur over low-lying areas, and flash flooding may occur near rivers and streams, especially in the south. So, if there is an advisory, that means that a considerable amount of rain can be expected over some areas, and therefore this comes as a warning. There is a potential for localized flooding. So if you have your drains clogged up in front of you, please make sure that you can clean them, or else you may be the victim of localized flooding. And if you live in a low-lying area, please be very vigilant, because flash flooding occurs in minutes. In other words, it can be perfectly safe at 1 minute to walk across the stream, and then a couple minutes later it is completely impossible because the huge tide of water has come down from the mountains, and it may even present a threat to your safety. The outlook for tomorrow, Friday, is a few showers and periods of rain and isolated thunderstorms will affect the south and coast Friday morning and night, and inland and northern areas Friday afternoon. There is a high tide this morning at 9:59. There is a low tide at 3:42 this afternoon, followed by a second high tide at 9:42, and the second low tide tomorrow morning at 17 minutes after 4. The sun sets this afternoon at 5:28, and the sun rises tomorrow morning at 5:47. In pretty much the same manner, the moon sets today at 5:44 because it's out, and the moon rises tomorrow morning again at 6:28. I want to thank Francisca Wellington for this information, and all those persons working at the National Met Service. Thank you very much. Buenos días, compañeros. Un gran gusto saludarles. Son las 7:14. Este es el reporte del estado del tiempo para hoy jueves 19 de octubre. Mamma mía, ya estamos simplemente a 2 meses y 1 semana de la Navidad. Sí, entre 9 semanas ya es la Navidad. Entre muy poco nos vamos a entrar en meter en los julepes de tener que buscar tanto dinero para gastar, tantos gastos asociados con la Navidad. Sé que muchas personas están diciendo, no me lo digas, hermano, no me lo digas, no me lo recuerdas. Pero la neta es de que de una forma u otra hay ciertas exigencias puestas sobre nosotros y ciertas demandas puestas sobre nosotros, y muchas veces, por más difícil que lo encontremos, de una forma u otra vemos de dónde sacarlo. Pero el problema es en enero, cómo pagar todo esto. Bueno, y ustedes ya saben todo el cuento. Condiciones inestables y húmedas continúan predominando sobre nuestro país de Belice. Si vieras la imagen de satélite, te darás cuenta de que hay un bloque de nubosidad justo enfrente del país de Belice. No se trata de ninguna tormenta, no se trata de ningún huracán, absolutamente no. En realidad no hay nada en el Atlántico que pudiera presentar una amenaza. Simplemente es nubosidad, una ola tropical que nos estará pasando, y también parte de lo que es el frente de frío, que pues también es un sistema de baja presión. Para las siguientes 24 horas, nublado, bastante nublado, con algunos chubascos o periodos de lluvia y tormentas aisladas, afectando al principio la costa del país de Belice hoy por la mañana y luego por la noche, pero el interior del país y el norte del país hoy por la tarde. De nuevo, hoy por la tarde se pronostica lluvias para el interior y el norte del país. Probablemente aquí en Orange Rock tengamos lluvias. Los vientos del norte-noreste de 5 a 15 nudos, el estado del mar ligeramente agitado, temperaturas por la costa, una máxima de 86 grados, una mínima de 78, en el interior una máxima de 90, una mínima de 73, por las colinas únicamente 77 grados con una máxima y 68 grados como una mínima. Hay una advertencia, compañeros, hay una advertencia para aquellas personas que viven en áreas bajas, es más, que están al nivel del mar y que por una razón u otra están propensas a inundaciones. Por favor, ser bastante, estar vigilando mucho en la situación porque existe la posibilidad de que tengan inundaciones, pues obviamente se está prediciendo o pronosticando lluvia y lluvia fuerte, así que, ojo al Cristo, también hay la posibilidad de que por la cantidad de lluvia que pudiera caer en tu área, es importante que se limpien los drenajes de frente a tu casa. Eso yo lo estoy incluyendo, porque ya hemos visto que el día de la lluvia cae la lluvia intensa y tienes que sacar tu pala y tu pico y a ver cómo tratas de crear un desagüe, porque el agua te está entrando a tu casa. Hay la posibilidad de que esto suceda entre un par de días, compañeros, especialmente hoy por la tarde. Algunos chubascos o periodos de lluvia o tormentas aisladas afectarán el sur del país y por la costa mañana por la mañana y de nuevo el norte y la porción interior del país por la tarde. Una marea alta a las 9:59 esta mañana, una marea baja a las 3:42 por la tarde, una segunda marea alta a las 9:42 por la noche y una segunda marea baja a las 4:17 mañana por la mañana. El sol se oculta hoy a las 5:28 y el sol sale mañana a las 5:47 y la luna se oculta a las 5:44 y sale de nuevo a las 6:28. Muchas gracias, Francisca Wellington, por esta información y también a nuestros patrocinadores que siempre nos apoyan. Estamos hablando del señor honorable Gaspar Vega, el señor German Vega, el señor Eduardo Vega, que nos apoyan fielmente con sus anuncios. También el señor dueño de A&Rs, Rapidito Loans, Northern Medical Specialty Plaza, Dano Milk, Belize Tourist Board, Government of Belize Information Service y muchas otras personas. Compañeros, ya rápidamente, vamos casi las 7:19. Hoy tenemos invitados de las oficinas de pesticidas. Es más, todo lo que se trata de insecticida, herbicida, pesticidas, está bajo el control de una agencia que se llama the Pesticide Control Board. Y los tenemos aquí ya en la oficina, así que si es que necesitas aclarar algo, si es que tienes una pregunta, tú el agricultor, tú el cañero, que necesitas saber algo acerca de este tema que vamos a discutir, anótalo y no te vayas porque estaremos de vuelta con ustedes tan pronto estos anuncios. Vamos a esta pausa.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan Muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Northern Medical Specialty Plaza has been offering excellent health services since its inception in 2000. Today you can enjoy a wide range of medical services through our experienced doctors and dedicated friendly staff. No need to go to Belize City or Chetumal. Introducing our new state-of-the-art CT Scan 16 slice, now available at Northern Medical Specialty Plaza in high-definition technology, computerized tomography. Also available, ultrasound 4D scan, which shows moving 3D images of your baby. We also provide services such as mammograms, X-ray, clean and safe nursery, certified pharmacist, operating facilities, our 24 hours emergency and hospitalization, high technology research facilities. Our motto has always been to serve our community with compassion, quality, and affordable medical services. Specialists devoted to serve you. Visit us today at Orchid Drive in Orange Rock Town or call us at 302-3708. Northern Medical Specialty Plaza. Your health is our priority.
The new Belize City Civic Center is taking shape at the foot of the Balkan Bridge and is expected to be completed by December 2017. This multi-purpose mega facility will boast an air-conditioned interior with a seating capacity of 4,500, a FIBA-certified wooden main court and 3 practice courts, offices, media boxes, and multiple locker rooms. Another basketball court with 24-hour access to the public and parking for 200 vehicles. This $34 million investment highlights a new era of world-class sporting infrastructure for the entire country of Belize. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Come wrong already. Carnival, you coming quickly. Look out, the sun coming out to play. Look, the vibes filling up, 'cause we're ready for way. And we jam, and we jam and jam. And we jam, and we jam, and we jam and jam. Beat it like a pan. And we jam, and we jam and jam. And make it incredible, 'cause we feel incredible. The vibes is incredible, the movement incredible. We feel incredible.
get serious. Get pop.
And welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Es un gran gusto de darles la bienvenida al Sugar City Morning Show. Hoy, como dije, tenemos invitados y ya, como es obvio, los tenemos en lugar. And, vamos a estar hablando en español e inglés porque reconocemos que hay una gran cantidad de gente que si no les hablas en su lengua y que entienden lo que prefieren escuchar, entonces fácilmente cambian canal y se van a otro canal. Pero esta información es súper importante y especialmente cuando estamos tratando a que la gente aquí del norte pues nos gusta crecer nuestra caña, nuestra verdura, nuestras frutas y por lo general somos bastante productivos utilizando lo que es el terreno. Sobre todo quiero darle la bienvenida, dar los buenos días y la bienvenida a Janelle Osaeta. Muy buenos días y bienvenida al show. También al señor Edgar Silva. Muy buenos días, Edgar, y bienvenido al show. Ustedes trabajan para Pesticides Control Board. Mucha gente dirá, bueno, ¿qué en el amor de Dios es el Pesticide Control Board? Háblanos tantito para que la gente se concientice acerca de cómo pesticides include insecticides, herbicides, and pesticides, anything that the farmer would utilize to say go to processor, go to one of these agricultural stores and buy because tienes plaga o algo eso. This is what normally
Sí,
you buy.
pero no solamente plaguicidas de agricultura, pero también domésticos.
Exacto. Así que tu trabajo consiste en todo esto.
Sí.
Todo lo que es pesticida.
Todo lo que es pesticida. Así que puedes encontrar que si es que estás tratando de importar un químico para tratar el comején o para proteger la madera de tu casa, todo eso se trata de, estamos tratando de regularizar, es más, poner esto en lugar para que no tengamos problemas acerca de con los venenos y que claramente defina qué es bueno y qué no es bueno.
Exactamente, sí.
The Pesticides Control Board, like you rightly said, regulates all pesticides, not solely agricultural pesticides, but also domestic pesticides and industrial use pesticides. So that means, like what you mentioned, the pest control operators that use pesticides in fumigating for wood lice. If the vector control, they use also pesticides. And these are all in industrial use. Domestic pesticides would then be the pesticides that we use at home. From the minute we purchase rat poison at the store, we are using a pesticide.
Fish?
Yes. Even the minute we buy off repellent or a go repellent, and we use it for when we go camping, that is an insecticide, and we also regulate those products.
You also regulate those products.
Yes.
So it's not only for agricultural use, but for domestic use.
The fish we use at home, all the bacon, all the aerosols.
Edgar, you're the man who is out on the farms.
Right.
Talk
Yes.
to us more about
I
your
work-
job.
Yes, thank you, television viewers, TV viewers. My name is Edgar Silva. Again, as Mr. Martinez said, I work with the Pesticide Control Board, and I wear like 2 caps, 3 caps. I'm an inspector, trainer, and other stuff. And then apart from that, we start with the regulation of pesticides. That will be over Janelle, the office. Then I'm the one out in the field, capacity building to farmers. We tend to train farmers how to use the pesticide adequately and responsibly.
Do farmers generally call? They generally call in. La gente generalmente llama y pregunta, bueno, quiero ayuda con este químico porque yo no lo sé usar. ¿Ahí es donde tú vas?
Pues, well, actually trabajamos juntamente con los extensionistas, Department of Agriculture. And then they would go out and look at their farms, recommend pesticides, but the pesticide had to be registered to our office.
Okay. ¿Me permites esta llamadita? Creo que es una persona que llama. Good morning. Sugar City morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, Delphi. Oh, just con su permiso vamos a tener esta llamada. Delphi, go ahead, please, darling.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing? She calls me all the way from San Pedro every Tuesday and every Thursday, and she offers us a reflection. She offers us a poem which she writes.
Okay.
Okay.
Delphi, inspire us.
Okay, this one today, I have this one today entitled Planted, Not Buried.
Planted, not buried. Okay.
Yes. He sat at the back of the classroom with great big tears in his eyes. No breakfast, no interest, not driven and very relentless. He refuses to be consoled. He refuses to speak. For big boys shouldn't cry. They were built strong and not weak. But the tears told another story, one that penetrates deep. When one complains that the mattress is too hard, he has nowhere to sleep. When one murmurs about tagging along a little brother, he has 7, no dad around, and the moms around the bend. But he sat at the back of the classroom, taking in whatever he could, and right at the door of his eyes, more tears stood. When one complains about the food not being nice, among 7 he has to share a pound of rice. When one complains that the shoe fits too tight, he doesn't even have one that seems to fit right. But God looks over all his children. He fills them with his strength. Let the children come unto me, and I will wipe the tears from their face. He now sits in an office, wearing the suit and tie. So frowns have now turned into great big smiles. No more broken tears from weary eyes. For in each of us a seed is planted, awaiting to give rise. So take heart, for God promises a harvest, but time has to take its course in each and every life.
I love it. I love it because, you know, so many kids go through exactly that same scenario that you mentioned. And not all of them, but a lot of them manage to secure very good positions, you know. And it would seem to me because so heartwarming and so gratifying, really, when you hear them give you their story. Me had to fight for my food because, or I didn't wear any shoes when I went to school and so forth. And when they tell you their story, it's you know, it's a jerker. It's a jerker. But they kept on with the faith of God. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
You too know. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
A very impactful poem.
Yes, and she does it her own. You know, she writes it herself.
So I just would like to elaborate more on what
Certainly.
said, right?
Perdón, disculpa ¿cómo se llama? Pero vamos a seguir adelante.
No, muy bueno.
Okay.
The pesticide control, as Janelle said, is a statutory body. I mean, it is mandated with the provision to the Pesticide Control Act. The Pesticide Control Act was passed in the National Assembly in 1985 to provide for the control of the manufacture, importation, sales, storage, and use of pesticides and related matters. Then the act came into effect the 31st, 1988.
Okay.
Then it is a board. We fall under the umbrella of the Agriculture Department. And then there's a 14-member board, which is appointed by the minister responsible for agriculture. And for a term of 2 years, the board members. We have under our board, we have Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Health, Department of Environment, the Belize Agricultural Health Authority, that would be Baja,
Mm-hmm.
and 4 other agricultural producers, for example, sugarcane, banana, and so forth. So that is made up of the board. That's why the pesticide control board.
Okay, fantastic.
Yes, but like Edgar brightly mentioned, sometimes we have a board, but our institution's name is also the Pesticides Control Board, and we're a staff or a team of 10, and we have our registrar, then the technical officer and the senior technical assistant, and underneath the senior technical assistant, then he has his different zone officers. Edgar is in charge for the zone 1, that is Corzal and Orange Walk. So that is why the NERT sees him more. And then the different zones are categorized throughout the country. So then we have 4 other guys working
In different areas.
in
of the
different
country.
areas. Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your theme for this year, because I think that a part of the message that you want to put through
Yes.
is very strongly embedded in your team.
Well, our team for this, and then we have an art since this is per week, we have an art competition, and then Janelle would be elaborate more about
Yes,
it.
I know that you have an art
So
competition.
yes,
I noticed that you have.
we're celebrating. Currently we're celebrating our Pesticides Awareness Week. So we've been having radio shows.
I want to talk, well, sorry, when you hear him talk of PAR Week, this is Pesticide Awareness Week. So PAR Week is that, exactly that.
Yes. So we've been having talk shows and radio shows all throughout the country. And we had school sessions planned as well for the different agriculture schools in the different areas of the zone officers. And they've been going out to talk about the team. And tomorrow we culminate our Pesticides Awareness Week at the World Food Day here in San Lazaro in Orange Walk.
World Food Day at
World Food Day at San Lazaro.
Is that would be Belize High School of Agriculture?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, sir.
Okay.
So then, Pesticides Awareness Week under the team Help Conserve Biodiversity, Manage Pesticides Responsibly.
Okay, I imagine that this team comes around because of the inordinate use of some of the pesticides and some of the chemicals. So it seems to me that you all found it very important to launch this Pesticides Awareness Week to help address some of these abuses or misuse of some of the chemicals that are being bought and sold in the country of Belize. So you find it. Can you highlight some of these abuses and misuses that some people have been doing in terms of like using the wrong chemicals for this or using too strong a chemical to kill a certain rodent, and it turns out that, as the theme says, biodiversity is very important. So when you go out and you kill an ant and you spray for ants, it turns out that it kills everything else around it. And because of the way nature works, you have ecosystems and you have there is a key role for every single participant in that ecosystem. Can you
Yes,
explain to that more
just
about that?
Before we get to that, I'd like to add that this team is being observed in the Caribbean. It's not only Belize.
Oh, it's not
We're a
it's
part-
regional.
Yes. The Pesticides Control Board Belize is a part of a coordinating group of Caribbean controlled pesticides group. And every year in July, they set a different team that launches in October, like we're doing now, and it goes on all the way to next year. And when they choose another team in July, and then we launch it in October again.
Okay, fantastic. Okay.
So the entire Caribbean is working towards this team, promoting this team.
Okay, good. Now to the question.
Coming back to your question, Mr. Martinez, what is the role of or the impact of pesticide in our daily use? No, when some problems are that we create resistance whenever we use the wrong pesticide, we use the wrong dosage For example, nuestros cañeros allá afuera.
Porque queremos hablar en español para que la gente lo entienda.
Una latita de chorizo y en vez de si trabaja bien, 2 latitas de chorizo, estás abusando de agroquímicos.
Una latita de chorizo trabajó bien, 2 latitas debe trabajar mejor.
Exacto.
Y no necesariamente
No, y cuando ya está muerto el organismo, así que tenemos que, ¿qué es? Las hierbas. Así que tenemos que saber cómo usarlo adecuadamente, usar la dosis correcta.
¿Qué son sin tener que mencionar nombres, pero qué son las pesticidas o los químicos de más uso aquí en la industria cañera? Es más, estamos hablando para matar malezas durante el crecimiento de la caña, o estamos hablando para matar froghoppers, porque tan de repente, este es el tiempo, ¿no? Que nacen froghoppers. ¿Cuáles son los que más? Porque vamos a tratar el problema directamente. Es más, si usas esto, tienes que usarlo cuidadosamente. Exacto. Si usas el otro, tienes que usarlo con mucho detenimiento. ¿Okay?
Pues en nuestra región cañera, ¿no? El uso la pesticida que se usa más, o herbicida, que todos son pesticidas, y herbicidas, insecticidas, nematicidas, todos son pesticidas. La pesticida que se usa más es, por ejemplo, el glifosato, el 2,4-D, el Duron para cañeros. Y tenemos que cuidarnos, ¿por qué? Porque todo es pesticida, todo es veneno, como se dice, todo tiene un peligro.
¿Y esos químicos se usan para matar maleza?
Sí, maleza, pero tenemos que usarlo responsablemente, cuidarnos. ¿Por qué? Nos afecta a nosotros.
Pudiera ser dañino a tu cuerpo.
Y si nosotros sabemos, para los agricultores que ya saben, que he entrenado, los diferentes colores, bandas de colores, significa diferentes toxicidad de agroquímico. Así que una etiqueta verde, para todo tienes que cuidarte. Pero tenemos algo que se dice restricted use, restringido, que son los colores rojos y amarillos, que son altamente tóxicos para nosotros. No quiere decir que vas a matar.
Explica los colores aquí para que la gente
los colores menos tóxicos es el verde, de ahí viene el azul, el amarillo, y el altamente tóxico, highly toxic, es el rojo.
Okay. Así que cuando ves un producto con una etiqueta roja que te dice máximo cuidado con este producto.
Exacto.
Ok, máximo cuidado. El amarillo, altamente tóxico, pero cuidado, pero no es tan riesgoso como el rojo. Y el azul, pues menos riesgoso, y el verde, igual tienes que tomar mucho cuidado, pero no es tan riesgoso. ¿Estoy diciendo lo correcto?
Sí, y ahí es donde vienen nuestros agricultores. Cuando tengo sesiones con ellos, les digo los colores y dicen, pues si tengo gusano, vamos a usar uno etiqueta rojo porque va a matar el gusano más rápido. Mentira, los que nos vamos a matar más rápido
pero
somos
más acerca
nosotros.
de eso, sí, porque esos son los errores que la gente piensa, sí.
Piensan que ven color rojo y piensan que ese es el más dañino a la plaga, pero en realidad las etiquetas de colores están ahí por la salud humana.
Así que ver rojo y dicen, este va a matar todo, pero no se dan cuenta de que hasta ellos mismos pudiera causarle daño, porque no es a la plaga que les está notificando la advertencia, sino es a los humanos que les está diciendo esto pudiera ser sumamente dañino a ti. Así que aquí, compañeros, es muy importante esto, darse cuenta porque el uso de pesticidas pudiera causar. Yo te voy a contar algo. Mi padre era cañero, falleció, ya tiene más de 30 y pico de años, pero tan de repente cayó con una enfermedad, un cáncer y en el pulmón, y había dejado de fumar por 10, 12, 14, no sé cuántos años. Entonces hubo mucha plática acerca de qué le había provocado el cáncer. Si era que quizás en una de esas fumigaciones que lo había usado indebidamente, o que porque también había tenido contacto con asbestos, o qué es, pero uno nunca sabe al final del día, porque aquí no tenemos la forma de llegar a saber eso a menos de que nos fuéramos al extranjero, a que nos dieran un examen completamente, pero siempre existe la posibilidad de que esto nos pudiera causar daño fuerte a nuestro cuerpo si no lo sabemos utilizar bien, ¿correcto?
Yes, and that is why the guys and the Pesticides Control Board highly recommends that all farmers use their personal protective equipment in the event that they're going to apply pesticides, to use that gear.
What would be the safety gear that you
Los
use?
gloves, tu mascarilla y tu overall. Tienes que cuidar cada
The
poro de nuestro
overall,
cuerpo.
the apron, the mask, the gloves, and your rubber boots.
Rubber boots. You need to protect all the...
Y hay algunos químicos que puedes utilizar cualquier mascarilla o algunos que puedes usar, porque de términos de mascarillas hay tantas distintas distintas formas de protección, porque hay aquellos que son para antibióticos, para ciertos químicos bastante fuertes. Exacto. Y todo depende en la calidad de filtración que existe, ¿no?
Tienes que tener su respirator.
Tienes que tener tu respirator.
Y es bien importante, como digo, ¿por qué? Los colores otra vez, verde, azul, amarillo, rojo. Lo que es rojo y amarillo te causa un acute intoxication. Quiere decir que en 24 horas te están llevando al hospital porque estás intoxicado. Ahora el verde y el azul te causa un chronic intoxication, que te puede causar un cáncer, puede causar otros sterility problems. Esas son las cosas. Ese es de 10 a 25 años después. Y por eso es bien importante cuidarte cuando estamos aplicando.
Compañeros,
pesticidas.
vamos a tomar una pausa cuando son las 7:48, pero estaremos de vuelta. Y si es que quieres participar y llamar, 302-2170 es el número para llamar, 302-2170. Vamos a esta pausa y vamos a vamos a hablar más acerca de los problemas con el mal uso de los químicos y las pesticidas, herbicidas y bueno, todo el rollo de hicidas. Vamos a esta pausa, estaremos de vuelta tan pronto estos anuncios.
Digicel prepaid customers. Just when you may think it couldn't get any better, Digicel gone and extended their awesome promos. Continue to enjoy the USA bundle offer. 50 minutes and 50 texts to USA for 24 hours for just $2.99. You save over $42. Just dial *100# or *100 and follow the instructions to purchase. But not done there. You can keep enjoying 100 ways to keep in touch with all of the Digicel and BTL family and friends. 100 minutes to any Digicel or BTL number and 100 texts to any Digicel number for just $2.99 each day. That's a whopping $46 savings every day. Just dial *100# or *100 and follow the instructions to purchase. It's that simple. These are a limited time offers, so no lamp up and wait till it all gone. Remember, only Digicel gives you the best value for your money. Nobody can top that, no matter how they try. Digicel, the bigger, better network.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
Give me the real milk, the number one milk, Donna milk, then love Donna milk. You can rip it scream, but Donna milk it is real, yes, Donna milk, then love Donna milk. all over Cayo and in San Pedro. Dano milk, them love Dano milk. Dano milk in the morning, Dano milk in the evening, Dano milk. You eat Dano milk. Up north in Corozal, supermarket and them all. Dano milk, them love Dano milk. All over this land and in Belmont, yes, Dano milk. You eat Dano milk. Say in Tangriga, down south in Fiji, Dano milk. They love Dano milk. You can hear this stuff, cause it's in Orange Walk, yeah, Dano milk. I love Dano milk. Dano milk powder, probably the best milk powder in the world. Dano.
Y bienvenidos de vuelta, compañeros, al Sugar City Morning Show. Son exactamente las 7 con 52 minutos, las 8 menos 8. Un jueves bastante bonito aquí en Orange Walk. Amaneció bastante fresco y bastante nublado. Y hoy tenemos la grata compañía de Ginel Osaeta y de Edgar Silva. Y estas dos personas están aquí representando Pesticides Control Board. El evento es que está tratando de crear conciencia, concientizar a todo el público por todo el país de Belice acerca del uso correcto de las pesticidas, herbicidas, insecticidas, porque al final del día el mal uso o el uso incorrecto de las pesticidas pudiera causar tanto daño a la persona usando, pero también al medio ambiente. Cuéntanos más acerca de esto, porque this is embodied in your theme, like I said, the biodiversity.
Help conserve biodiversity.
Help conserve
manage pesticides responsibly.
Exactly. Help conserve biodiversity. Use it responsibly, whatever. Can you elaborate more on that?
All of that, we would like to go back again to our vision. We just did a vision strategic planning for 2017 to 2021, and our vision is to have a Belize where the environment and associated ecosystems, human health, and socioeconomic development are protected through the rational use of pesticides. Then we have a mandate, a mission, sorry. A mission is to safeguard the health of the Belizean people and the environment through pesticide regulation. That's what Janelle does at the office. And capacity building, thus promoting the availability of wholesome food through a rational pesticide management, what we eat. We try to have things that is healthy for us to eat. And that's why we have a capacity building for our farmers.
Yeah, so in April of this year, the Pesticides Control Board launched its strategic plan, its 5-year strategic plan, where we got reorganized a little bit more. So our work became more organized and structured. So today, when we're here celebrating our Pesticides Awareness Week, we're actually working under our Program 5, that is Promotion and Outreach. And this promotion and outreach extends from October all the way to next year in September. And we work under this theme, Help Conserve Biodiversity, Manage Pesticides Responsibly. Our team is highly linked to agriculture, but we have to be aware too that agriculture affects everybody. And sometimes we don't think about it that way because we think that because we're not directly in contact with it, we're not a part of it. But every time we come home from lunch or for breakfast, we eat. And everything that we consume comes from agriculture. So that is why it is highly important that everybody does their part in conserving the biodiversity with just conserving energy at home, throwing the garbage in its right place, and being more aware of your surroundings and being more conscious of what you're doing and reducing your
Just quickly, just so the people who don't know what biodiversity is, just explain that to them just quickly.
So biodiversity, in short, is a compound word that includes biology and diversity. So it's biology, everything living, and the diversity of this. All it varies. Diversity is a bunch of things that are living, and so biodiversity is in small a bunch of living things.
And we want to maintain those things because of the important role that these little insignificant things play within the environment.
Exactly.
Okay. And now the point is that the inordinate use or the misuse of some of these chemicals can severely affect this biodiversity. Explain more to me about that.
Well, we right now we are promoting how do we use pesticide responsibly. With our farmers, we try to push to capacity building with the IPM, integrated pest management techniques and tactics. This is pesticide should be considered the last option to use in the farm. We have other options to use. For example, garlic is a good insecticide. Pepper, tobacco.
Wait, hold up. Garlic?
Garlic, yes, is a good insecticide instead of we using pesticide. It's a natural control. We have papaya, the enzyme.
How do you do the garlic? Just throw garlic?
You have to mix it or
you grind it?
Blend it or something, and then you mix it. In other countries, they use Coca-Cola and Pepsi. I don't want to hurt the company, but yes, as pesticide. So there are different techniques for us to use. If you do your backyard gardening, you're doing better control of pests.
All right.
You're producing better, healthy food for us to eat, for you guys to eat.
Okay.
So we're trying to focus on the IPM with farmers. Try to use pesticide as the last option, but they have different strategies and techniques, tactics.
A lot of people say, I like my food organic. I like my food with with no chemicals at all, but if you're going to use chemicals, yes, but just to the bare minimum.
Like what Edgar mentioned, our goal is to promote integrated pest management and the minimal use of pesticide. I think working under our program, the Farmer Assistance Program that we have, Edgar and all the other zone technicians, and they work along with the farmers to try to promote integrated pest management as much as possible. And that is all the crop rotation, the crop barriers. Sometimes you can plant corn around your whatever vegetables that you're planting, so that the insects are it's a barrier, so they don't get to your plot. But it's all about this traditional use, all the traditional use that we used to before pesticides. What did we do, So then it all ties into also the World Food Day team that is promoting rural agriculture and limit migration, because in the world we're seeing that a lot of the farmers are leaving their lands because they need to move to the urban districts or urban sites to get work. But if we don't have farmers producing our food, then at the end, what will we eat?
Hubo un tiempo, you struck a note there, hubo un tiempo cuando íbamos a las aldeas a comprar el cochino y los pollos. Hoy en día la gente de las aldeas viene a comprar el pollo y la carne aquí en Orange Rock, el pueblo. Sugar City Morning Show, buenos días, good morning.
Buenos días.
Buenos días, adelante.
Solo veo que son latinos los que están hablando ahí, no hablan nada de español. Por favor, queremos un poco de español.
Claro que sí.
Gracias.
Ándale. Bueno, el cuento de siempre. Vamos a tratar de hablar en español porque nuestra audiencia es máximo, entienden español. ¿Ok?
Ok.
Muy bien, regresando a lo que estábamos hablando.
Bueno, IPM otra vez, Integrated Pest Management, como estábamos diciendo, tiene diferentes estrategias. Queremos capacitar, estamos capacitando a los agricultores que están produciendo lo que estamos comiendo allá afuera. Y esto va para las amas de casa, porque ellas son las que ¿qué? Cocinan. Ellas son las que deben de ver, o para todos, ¿no? Así que ellos son los que cocinan. Y usted estaba diciendo de comidas orgánicas, ¿verdad? Que es menos químico y es más saludable para consumir. Pero sinceramente nosotros los beliceños, nosotros si quieres pagar 50 centavos más, no, tú quieres ir donde está más barato. Y orgánico es más caro, porque es más cuidadoso, pero es más saludable.
Pero hay que crear una conciencia, ¿no?
Hay que educar.
Hay que educar a las personas y decirles, mira, este pollo está... no vamos a utilizar pollo. Este repollo es crecido con herbicidas y pesticidas y te cuesta, es lo más común y corriente que encuentras y te cuesta $1 la libra. Este otro es crecido con máximo cuidado, si te das cuenta, tenemos una casita ahí y no usamos químicos y viene un individuo cada día a checarlo, eso es un gasto aparte. Y lo estamos manteniendo completamente libre de químicos. Y lo pruebas y dices, es la misma cosa, pero los efectos te pudieran ser diferentes, porque no tan pronto comes uno crecido con químicos, te vas a desmayar y te vas a morir enteramente. No, eso no es lo que sucede, pero algunas personas utilizan grandes cantidades de químicos y pudiera acumularse en tu sistema y luego entonces permanecer latente en tu sistema hasta que un día te pudiera causar daño. Muchas personas dicen, no quiero nada con química, ¿okay? Quiero completamente libre de químicos porque así me gusta vivir. Así me gusta vivir. Conozco muchas personas que prefieren pagar el $1 extra por el repollo crecido orgánicamente y no comprar el repollo crecido normal, así con todo tipo de químicos, ¿ok?
Por ejemplo, un ejemplo. Hay personas que dicen, amas de casa, y lo he oído que dicen, yo no compro acá, ¿por qué? Están todos comidos de gusano y eso, mejor traigo de Chetumal, La Unión, de donde, de botes, porque están más bonitos los carros. Pero no sabemos qué estamos consumiendo. Las reglas acá son diferentes que en Chetumal. Las químicas que se están usando allá está prohibido acá. Así que no sabemos qué estamos comiendo. Un ejemplo, me gusta decir este ejemplo cada vez que tengo training con los agricultores. Estaba en el mercado, porque me gusta ir al mercado donde están vendiendo verduras. Y llegó esta muchacha, una gringuita de fuera. Ahora está este stall que tiene repollos grandes, bonitos, se ve que es importado, es ilegalmente y que es de contrabando, ¿no? Y estaba este agricultor. Ahora este agricultor tenía repollos, todos pequeños, comidos de gusanos, hasta un gusano vivo tenía Neo. ¿Qué hizo? Ella compró el que tiene el gusano, vas a la casa, lo lavas bien y está más saludable para consumir. Tú puedes ir a la casa con este repollo grande, lo lavas con cloros, con cualquier cosa, gasolina, no le quitas las químicas que están, los residuos de agroquímicos que está adentro del repollo. Es la diferencia. Así que la ama de casa va y
Nos gusta comprar lo que se ve bonito.
Exacto.
Se ve bonito.
Eso es la ley.
No todo lo que brilla es oro, que dicen.
Sí, que si la manzana está bien pulidita, esa debe estar más sabrosa. Si la uva se ve todo grande y jugosa, debe ser. Muchas veces lo pruebas, está tan más insípido que nada.
Y ahí nos lleva a este team que va a hablar Ginelle ahora, que tenemos un art competition, biodiversity.
Ahora, ¿quieres envolver a... Estás llevando el mensaje a los niños.
Yes. So, Pesticides Awareness Week. Help conserve biodiversity, manage pesticides responsibly. The Pesticides Control Board is asking for submissions of artwork para los estudiantes de 10 a 13 años. Hay más información en nuestro Facebook y nuestro website, que es www.pcbbelieve.com. And el arte que gana se va a usar para nuestras materiales promocionales. Y los niños tienen, va a haber premios para primer, segundo y tercer lugar.
¿Niños de qué edad estamos hablando?
10 a 13.
De 10 a 13. ¿Y qué es lo que tienen que hacer los niños?
Necesitan dibujar o hacer un arte o pintar el tema Help Conserve Biodiversity, Manage Pesticides Responsibly. They have to depict that theme in their painting or their drawing,
okay.
And they have to submit it to our headquarters, that is Central Farm, Cayo, and the deadline for this is December 1st.
No, a lot of people will find it very, very difficult to travel all the way to go to Spanish culture, to Central Farm, to deliver a drawing. Is there any place that you can do it here in Orange Walk or in Corozal or?
Well, they could mail it to us. Or BPMS, but also our zone technician is always here. They could also call us at 824-2640 to get more information.
824-2640. Hay una competencia, compañeros. Y ahora, en un afán de tratar de llevar el mensaje a los niños acerca de el tema, y eso es, necesitas usar los químicos con mucho cuidado, porque el uso o el mal uso de los químicos pudiera causar un daño al medio ambiente, ¿ok? Pero necesitas tú entonces dibujar o pintar algo sin usar palabras, Puede ser que te recojas un Bristol board y simplemente para darte ideas, simplemente pones árboles frondosos creciendo muy bonito, ¿ok? Y recuerda que tienes que mantenerte dentro de las líneas de el tema. Así que entonces tienes que tú, como tiene puesto aquí abajo, las flores, la vegetación floreciendo. Hay un sapito bastante alegre ahí, también dentro de las flores, y verduras creciendo. Es más, que tu mente corra suelto y que tengas mucha imaginación, porque entonces la persona que va a ganar es la persona que mejor nos lleve el mensaje. Estas personas, estos niños de 10 a 13 años pudieran competir en esto, así que se les invita a las escuelas, por favor, tomar nota de esto y promoverlo, los maestros promoverlo y decirle a los niños, inculcarles un sentido de conciencia acerca del uso o el mal uso de las pesticidas y los químicos y el daño que pudieran causar a nuestro medio ambiente. Es muy importante esto. Simplemente pones haces un pintado, un colorido ahí, y pues pudieras mandarlo a la Central Farm, o pudieras contactarte a Edgar también porque Edgar, como siempre, está aquí. Pues como Pesticides Control Board no tiene una oficina en Orange Walk, ¿sí? Lo pudieras llamar a Edgar, decirle, Edgar, pasa por ello. Edgar, ¿nos regalas tu número?
Sí, es 689 689 38.
¿Lo repites para que la gente? 89 38 89 38. Lo voy a anotar yo porque sé que alguien me va a llamar por ello. 689 38
665 6208.
6208. yo lo tengo marcado, alguien que lo necesite.
O lo pueden dejar, realmente estoy en oficinas de la agricultura en Yo Creek o en Corozal, en la oficina de agricultura, lo pueden dejar sus empaques allá y yo puedo dejarlos a la
las
oficina.
reglas y los requisitos están en nuestro Facebook page y on the website.
Así que hay una página web para Pesticide Control Board. Tienes que te aconsejo de que entres al Facebook page, porque ¿quién no tiene Facebook hoy en día? ¿Verdad? Entonces entras y te das cuenta de todas las reglas y reglamentos y los requisitos y todas las limitaciones y requerimientos, bueno, todo el paquete completo, porque entonces te conviene. No más luego digas, te descalifiquen porque no cumpliste con un requisito muy importante. Es importante que lo leas ante todo y ya luego entonces te invito a que seas parte de esto. Premios.
Primer premio es a 7-inch tablet and my Biodiversity Awareness Tour.
Así que es un tablet.
Yes.
Y te dan una gira. Explícame más acerca de esta gira.
Because of el tema es medio ambiente o biodiversity y queremos que los niños o el ganador
visualicen
sí,
esto
y tenga más conciencia y estamos arreglando un tour, una gira para los niños que ganen de hacer
solo el primer lugar, no hay
primer, segundo y tercero.
Segundo y tercero es
segundo y tercero es también en la gira con un gift basket of the Pesticide Control Board.
Okay, así que de una forma u otra vas a ganar. Yo te invito a que no simplemente cierres los ojos y digas, yo no puedo hacerlo. No, tú puedes hacerlo. Simplemente tomas tu tiempo y te sientas y dices, ¿qué mensaje quiero llevar? ¿Y cómo lo puedo yo pintar? ¿Cómo lo puedo colorizar? Y estoy seguro que tu maestro, tu papá o tu mamá o tu hermano te pudiera ayudar con esto. No puedes tomar una imagen del internet, no se permite ese tipo de cosas y luego hacerlo pasar como si fuera tuyo. Tiene que ser un trabajo original. ¿Ok? Original. Así que, bueno,
y también hay que tener en cuenta que ustedes van a ser los futuros agricultores, futuros cañeros. Así que empezamos desde ahorita a ver ideas.
A crear esa conciencia. A crear la conciencia de que el mal uso de los herbicidas pudiera ser. Pudiera. Ahora, son las 8:14. Tenemos muy poco tiempo, pero Janelle, tú trabajas en la oficina del Pesticide Control Board y entonces tú ayudas con lo que es toda la logística de registro de permisos. Si alguien quisiera importar un químico un químico nuevo, que esta compañía de repente está lanzando un producto, pero es quizás un preservativo de madera, que pudiera ser algo similar como lo que hace el trabajo cuprinol. Aquí estoy hablando de un caso real que sucedió, Ese producto pudiera entrar a Belice, sí, pero primero lo tienes que registrar. Cuéntanos qué es el proceso ahí rápidamente, qué es el proceso.
Si la compañía desea importar, necesitan primero nombrar un regente local que nosotros vamos a tener contacto con y este regente local va a ser el representante de la compañía aquí en Belice y a ellos hacen todos los suministros de los dosientes y así para la compañía y el dosiente después se evalúa por el comité de registros y tarda de 3 a 6 meses para tener un producto registrado.
Ok, producto registrado. Ok, y si no es, digamos, comercial, que simplemente es por uso casero o uso no de uso comercial, ¿tardaría el mismo proceso? ¿Tomaría el mismo proceso o tomaría tanto tiempo?
Si no es uso
Comercial. Es más,
para
no.
solo para los
No es en
agricultores.
grandes cantidades que lo estás importando, nada más simplemente estás tratando de importar unas cuantas cajas de este producto a ver cómo funciona.
Tenemos un permiso que se llama permiso experimental, por si alguna compañía necesita experimentar el producto y ver su viabilidad. Y después de esto necesitan el permiso experimental, necesitas adjuntar tu experimento, el protocolo del experimento que vas a conducir. Y después el comité de registro lo va a ver y lo va a evaluar. Y después el experimento sí te dan el permiso para hacer el experimento en el país, y ya eso puede dar soporte para registrar el producto.
Ok, perfecto. Pues compañeros, ya son las 8:17. Yo les quiero dar las gracias a ustedes. Pero ante esto les quiero dar un momento para recapitular tu mensaje más fuerte. Empezamos con Edgar.
Pues quisiera enfocarme a los agricultores, nuestros agricultores que nos producen comida para que nosotros comamos, que usemos pesticidas responsablemente, para que criemos, produzcas comida que son saludables, para que todos tengamos un Belice saludable.
Ok. Ginelle.
Gracias por tenernos aquí hoy en día, y si usted no tiene nada que hacer para el día de mañana o está buscando algo que hacer, visite el World Food Day Fair en San Lázaro mañana. Nosotros vamos a estar ahí teniendo más información y más materiales de promoción y juegos también para los niños y el público para regalar cosas.
Ok, pues muchas gracias. Le quiero dar las gracias a Edgar y a Ginelle de Pesticides Control Board por su presentación que han hecho aquí, recordándoles, compañeros, de que sí, necesitamos, que sí, es un hecho que necesitamos muchos químicos en lo que es el proceso de agricultura. Pues la agricultura es tan importante porque pues nos da comida, es nuestra comida, pero tenemos que asegurar que tengamos comida no solo ahora, pero mañana y pasado mañana. Así que tenemos que usar todo esto con mucho detenimiento, mucho cuidado, y tenemos que asegurarnos de que el uso de nuestros químicos pues que sea limitado, porque pues, nuestro mal uso o el abuso del uso de estos químicos pudiera causar problemas no solo al ambiente, pero también a nosotros mismos. Así que mucha cautela, compañero, como dicen en México, aguas, tienes que cuidar. Si quieres saber más acerca de esto, por favor, entra en la página Facebook de Pesticides Control Board. Yo te invito que entres y que te concientices, que te informes, te eduques acerca de esto. Y como dijo Ginelle, si es que quieres saber más, en conjunción con esto, mañana ellos estarán en San Lázaro, en Belize School of Agriculture, para lo que es la celebración de World Food Day. Y yo sé de que Lisbeth hace muy buen trabajo ahí, porque me estuvo contando hace un par de meses de que ellos tienen su propio nursery y que están creciendo sus verduras y sus frutas ahí muy bien. Y entonces esto les pudiera servir de ejemplo, compañeros, un modelo para la gran cantidad de gente. Muchas gracias, compañeros, y estaremos de vuelta con ustedes tan pronto estos anuncios. Hasta luego.
Every day when my daddy gets up to go to work, he says this is for me to have a better life. But I say, Daddy, we have a better life. Mommy don't have to leave home to wash my clothes anymore. We don't have to go all the way to a pump and back home to wash every bucket. No, Mommy just have to turn on the pipe and wash up and make we bathe as long as we want. Even the school teacher make we wash we hand the pipe instead of a nasty bucket like before. See, Daddy, life is better with water than life.
Attention all Digicel prepaid customers. Digicel now has a new way for you to access all the prepaid services that you love. Our new prepaid menu is now your one-stop shop for everything prepaid. Checking your account balances, purchasing your favorite data plan, text bundles, and more. Just got easier. Accessing this new menu is quick and easy. Just dial *100#. A menu will pop right up on your phone with a list of all the available options. And you can still dial *100 for voice instructions or send a text using our shortcode options. Listen, all options are super easy. Just choose which one works best for you. Because being prepaid is just that simple. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat to learn more about your new prepaid menu or visit our website at digicel.bz/menu. Go beyond! Only with Digicel.
The bigger, better network. Digicel.
The sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Chop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Chop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not do it in your own country? Sun, fun, and relaxation are just a short distance away. Have a taste of barefoot living, or enjoy the sounds and taste of an authentic Garifuna village. Allow yourself to be swept away by Southern hospitality and living. Escape the hectic world and enjoy a beautiful sunset. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
6 cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Buster.
They see you and know you're living. Always a star, yes. You live in color to the limit. Large and in charge, yes. That's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run you. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
I love my Digicel 4G LTE data. Between work and school, I have to multitask to keep up. When I'm on the move, I have everything I need no matter where I go. Whether it's research for school, emails for work, or Facebook, Snapchat, and YouTube while on those long bus rides, Digicel 4G LTE got me covered. Digicel 4G LTE's nationwide coverage is exactly what I need to get me where I'm going. They're truly the bigger, better network.
I'm about to hit you with the work, boy.
The bigger, better network. Digicel.
And welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta, compañeros, al Sugar City Morning Show. Son las 8:27. En el segmento anterior tuvimos buena información. Ahora vamos a otro segmento y vamos a darle la bienvenida, como siempre, a tu buen amigo Checky. Checky, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning and thank you so much.
¿Cómo estás? How are you doing?
I'm much better today because Josh is much better today.
I'm so glad.
You know, he's much better today. Getting there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He fight the weather, but you know how it is, right?
I know how it is.
Yeah, but he's getting there, and I'm glad for that, you know. So that makes me okay. You know.
Right, because whenever any family member is not, and in particular your son, is not doing well, and you know how worse it can be,
yeah,
you know how bad it can be, then you have that pending in your mind, and you're wondering how he's doing, and you don't want to go too far because directly they call you and say, tell you what, you know, he gasp for breath or something like that, especially those people who suffer allergies and asthma and so forth. And it's not a good feeling.
Yeah, well, you see how it is because you visited him when he was at another medical plaza. The situation where he was at that time, no? That's 2 years ago, around the same time. Yeah, around the same time.
Well, it's generally whenever the humidity causes us a lot of damage, you know.
Yeah.
And October is a very humid month. It ranks as one of the wettest months, you know, and it varies because it varies. It's not always October, and it's not always September, and it's not always June, whatever. But it varies. But a couple years ago, October was the wettest month here in Orange Walk, and it was when we had, you know, cold front after tropical wave, after cold front after tropical wave. So we had this onslaught of humidity, and a lot of people react negatively to this humidity, you know, especially those who are allergic to that. And it's just a thing that happens that you end up with a lot of asthma, and you end up with a lot of this and a lot of that, and pain in your bones, and so forth and so forth and so forth. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, and I have to say thanks to Jules as well, man, because she's very busy. Every 4 hours, she have to wake up the night to give her medication, you know, right throughout the day. But, you know, she's a very caring mom, and she does her job, you know.
She is. Poor thing.
Man and babes, man.
Poor thing.
Yeah, Emmanuel, well, you know, there is some little issues coming up, and we're touch a little bit about the lights on the boulevard because I believe we got some new footage and I understand that some negativity was coming out on the situation of the lights, but I believe Morris has some footage and I think it was being said that I think so many lights were not working and just a amount many work, but Morris proved that wrong because he have the footage and we look on it in a short while as soon as you get it prepared. But Emmanuel, the press conference was held yesterday and the Prime Minister laid it out very clearly. And the next person, I believe he's an engineer, he explained everything, how this thing work, you know, why this amount had to charge and compare how much and charge per cubic foot and square foot in other projects. And so he said what Emer, the charge is not overcharged, and he said that the amount where he in the charge will do some part of the work. He said, man, I just hope that he got the man strength to reach, especially for the one who go to the canal. Yeah, because that one big task, no? That a very big task, but they will get it done. So those were answered yesterday, and I feel like it went to it got in a lull now. You know, no lot of noise on it again. Like what a man mentioned more noise the cymbals. I don't think the cymbals make no noise right now again, you know. But it was a good press conference, and other thing came up about the communication with the media and the government, you know, and it was answered as well, you know. But like you say, like what happened is we don't hear positive things get reported, man. You know, the sensationalization of Belizean people, they like hear about confrontation. So one time you hear one news,
and it's not only here in Belize, you know, it's a country, it's a worldwide thing. And I can recall one of my relatives saying, a la gente dales pan y dales teatro. Pero, ingenieros, no todos somos así.
Yeah.
No todos somos así.
What happened is, like one time, positive things that come out, it look like there's not much glee for make somebody sit down and watch one news. They want to hear this they happen and this one they bash that one and that one they bash that one and this one may say this and that one may say that.
They have their own version of what they should have said. Le debiste haber dicho, hubiera dicho esa. Si fuera yo le mento todo.
Yeah, and then if they hear this one say something, if they have to go dig up one way back at Maruba, they run in a bush or wherever, and they go and go dig up for counteract what this one say.
That, unfortunately, that is the truth about the news. Sensationalism sells.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's what makes the money, what makes the world go round is money, ladies and gentlemen.
Money make the monkey
money
dance.
Is what makes the world go round. So, al carajo con las buenas noticias, vamos a darle a la gente lo que está dispuesto a, lo que le quiere y lo que está dispuesto a escuchar y a pagar. Porque al fin del día, eso nos da nuestro pan de cada día.
Like
la neta.
Like what the PM said when he spoke, that this Fabers Road street that they're supposed to fix, it's like an urgency. So,
¿A dónde voy con todo esto? Permíteme, ¿a dónde voy con todo esto, compañeros? Que estamos listos a juzgar, estamos listos a crucificar, esa es la palabra, crucificar a cualquiera persona con la información limitada que tenemos, simplemente porque aquel dijo así, ajá, es cierto, bam, 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 y luego tú te metes en el rollo este y empiezas a juzgar esa, y no debe ser así. Mira este proyecto, como pues yo entiendo de que debió de haber desde el muy principio más apertura, debió de haber más información relacionada al proyecto para que no exista este tipo de problema, que no tenga que venir Giovanni Brackett hablando abriendo su bocota y condenando el proyecto y hablando de esto, porque al final del día quizás no hubo suficiente información. Pero si hubiera sucedido desde el muy principio, entonces no hubiera necesidad de todo esto, compañeros. No hubiera necesidad.
Well, you see that man that the president Akola, but he was at the press conference, but he never presented himself as that.
How did he present
Giovanni Blackett, Plus TV.
But he works at Plus TV. He is the, yes.
So he find a way how he get in, but then, they try diverting us up. But why the urgency are apart from what the road bad and it really need to fix, because you rightly say it's a commercial area as well. They never reach the point to say, the urgency because the council election they come next year. They never had the opportunity to reach it because the PM alluded to that. He said that with the lending agency, they need to meet this deadline. Well, a lot of people don't realize that, One time you get funding, you need to, send in all your plan and meet this deadline, and that funding, because the people don't get up and say, make we go meet then for see this case for believes. When they have the time that they are meet, you better get your things together. If you lose that turn, it might never come back again. You understand?
Exactly so. Exactly so.
So,
and if you don't capitalize on it when it's available, believe me, you just said it, you will lose your turn.
Somebody else will get it?
Somebody else will get it.
Because
so beggars are not choosers.
Yeah, the urgency that never just, the road really needs to fix, but it wasn't only about that. It was to meet the deadline so that the funding agency could look at your plans and decide, because when they are meet, you have to get everything in place.
There was also misinformation attached to this problem, if it can call it a problem, because I think that and I wish I had verbatim the information there, but I don't. But the Prime Minister alluded to that. He says, and you get away with this 1.1 or something like that. He mentioned that, remember?
Yes.
And I think that we're talking here that Faber's Road is and I don't want to put my foot in my mouth there, but it's 2.5 kilometers. And 2.5 kilometers is approximately divided by 8 is 3 times 5 is about 1.5 or more miles. But then there's some people were even saying that it's barely 1.1 or so. A mile and a half is a mile and a half, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
But it's more than a mile, definitely. And the way that the chief engineer explained it, were there any questions after the chief engineer explained it?
I could question him, but I think one of them asked him whether for him qualification. Now which one of them asked on Morris? CSCM, Cola man. I see what kind of qualification you got. After this man don't explain everything, I don't think you're supposed to question this man, Emmanuel, because the man did a very good job by presenting this thing and lay out everything.
But you see, maybe we should have asked him what are yours to understand my presentation. To understand my presentation, because if you only go into high school, you don't understand hell what they go on with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if worse, if you don't got no common sense.
Yeah.
Or worse, if you don't got no common sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you see, Emmanuel, that goes right back to what we were saying, that things that are good, nice things that happen, no good for them people. They want sensationalization. They want sensational things. To make what the man gone there? Yeah, the man gone there. What we shut him down because he want to say the same. Want to try pass it through, but he couldn't pass it through. You understand? We shut him down. And then they talk about one of the reporters they talk about the communication with the media. If they want to if they invite me to this meeting, or what they want to do this bidding, and so all of this stuff, I come out, I know everything from step to step. You understand?
I'll be honest with you. My gut feeling is, ¿qué necesidad hay para que el primer ministro tenga que tener una conferencia de prensa para aclarar algo? ¿Qué pasa con el ministro de Obras Públicas? What happened to the Ministry of Work? Can't he do it himself?
No, what happened?
Or can it be that it is more believable when it is the Prime Minister?
What happened is,
you understand what I'm telling you?
I understand exactly what you're saying, sir. The PM, no, Mr. Mann from the CEO from the Ministry of Works, he said that it's a man in Emmanuel check that loan political mischief. Know what we say, no? But where the whole thing where it happened. So he said, he tell them that when time we do the things, we have the press office where go cover it, and the press office send it out. Yeah, correct. Disseminate the information to all the medias. But it look like them want to be a part. You know, like how they got the press office, they want to do that too. So the man said, well, when I do anything else, you know, free if you come. He said, and I'm not going to know one time, you know, the dodge for no media. I mean, I have to hide because I know my job and I know why they do. You know? So somebody going out there for a press conference, they go in there, don't tell me, don't reach there, and they say this big camera, they set up and look that one, they cough, another one, they cough, another one, mic in, and hand this one, they come with a big hat, and I say, what? They are drilling me today. You understand, bro? Yeah, so.
Yes.
So people.
But I'm glad what happened, that because of what happened, that hopefully this is going to be
settled,
you know, and because there is the person who sent that message was so right. Political mischief. They want to instigate. They want to instigate and lay claims that say Mr. Emer this, Mr. Hernandez this, the UDP this, then still they get big contracts, bloated contracts. And all of these things are being, and to the vulnerable and gullible audience who believes anything, come on, guys. You know, we reacted the other day to Mr. Usher's disappearance and literally crucified the GSU.
And then the heads
and crucified, and so people who are willing to put their head on the line and say that a GSU killer, Emmanuel, you no go tell me that.
Yep.
And me right there, and no man, the boy last, man, the boy last.
You must say the man may come
the
in, right?
Man last, the man is genuinely last. He said, you did it.
The man must
GSU killed this. I said, think, young man, think. You got a big head for think, not for wear a hat.
Franco Tirador.
You got a big head for think, not for wear a hat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, prove to me that you can think. Where is the evidence? Where there was nothing that led up to that.
But they may rise up hard on that.
Yes.
Yeah. Big thing will come out.
You know? And the people gone on the rampage. Yes, it's a life. And a lot of us would have done possibly the same thing. And we appreciate when people get all riled up and get preoccupied with this. But let's be more careful with our prejudicial statements.
How we move.
Let's be more careful of how we condemn the people. Let's be more careful of what we say, because at the end of the day, you don't know. I don't know, so I'm very, very careful. If I don't know, I better shut my mouth.
And then the thing is, like, you always ask, where that boy me there when me run? In a weed field.
In the very beginning.
Yeah.
What was he doing? You know?
How old?
God knows, I don't know.
But and see, like, but with the explanation what the PM did yesterday and the engineer in person, that for them one we don't understand, or we play like they don't understand, or no one understand. You get me or not get me?
Yes.
So everything that was it was a good show yesterday, Emmanuel, but you know what's the issue now? It's left up to the contractor to come through with what was discussed yesterday.
With flying colors.
Yeah, and make sure this thing come out the way it's supposed to come out.
Exactly.
Because they're not only UDEP on the line right now, the country is on the line.
The credibility of the entire government is on the line.
Yeah, because the PM gone there and they talk good in this man's favor, and the contractor general and everybody. So you just need to do your work, brother. You do your work, you do your bidding, and you know that with that amount where you charge, you get the work done. If you pay your workers, you get all your materials, so you just do a good job and get the work done. ¿Cómo lo ves?
Exacto, sí.
Right?
Sí. Aquí queremos saber en esta carretera, en este San Lorenzo Road, ¿por qué ciertas lámparas todavía no prenden? Are they going to be back fixing those or replacing those bulbs?
Why? What happened is I heard them in the report yesterday. Someone in the report that how much lights is under the work? 35 wasn't working. Yeah. Well, make we check out the footage because this is a recent footage.
It's a reality.
This is what?
Not that they don't, some of them don't
35
work.
lights?
I don't know the amount.
How much using on the work?
I see a number of them.
But remember this, that the guys from BL, they are working every day. Right? So maybe one time you may see it or other persons may see it, maybe they may see that then amount not the work. But we got the footage.
All the process I'm asking is there a move afoot to replace those bulbs that are not functioning? Because we want to see, we need to see those bulbs working. All of them.
That they have to come out at night, man.
Well, I come out at night.
Yeah. Say right now, all the lights to work. I think honey watch what? But 1 or 2 lights of the work. I think the one from the Morris house is not working because, you see, Manuel, the BL people in the other they work every day.
Okay.
So they keep on.
So it's an ongoing process. It's an ongoing process.
I see
good.
What happened to this thing, Emmanuel? If this thing was inaugurated as well, then I say, all right, it's inaugurated, lights on, and 15 or 20 lights have come on, then you can't bust pinata. You understand? But the thing still in a process. Watch how beautiful it look.
Oh, I'm not denying that it doesn't look beautiful. It looks beautiful at night. It looks beautiful at night. But my concern was that the other day I passed by there and I noticed that some bulbs were not functioning and were not lit. And therefore, I have a right to ask a question. Why were they not lit?
I want to invite you to Cafeteria Morris tonight. If you make us sit down and drink one coffee.
Oh, you don't have to go there. We could just take a walk down by the hospital.
No, man, Cafeteria Morris. Yeah. They got salbutes, they got nice, good coffee, percolated coffee. You know? Yeah, and then whosoever said that the amount of lights where they work or not they work, then make us run the boulevard tonight and check it out. But you see, Morris did a run last night. So this is coming from this direction to the roundabout by the main road.
Okay.
Northern Regional. And so this is so far how you there right now. Go speed it up and leave it, Morris. This is how far how you there right now. And then so according to Morris who did the video last night, they said only one light. That was done last night.
Okay, that was done last night.
Yeah.
Okay, now you said that the BL people were working in the area?
Every day they work, man.
Every day they work.
Every day
so
they
I
work.
imagine that those lights that were not working have been replaced or repaired.
Yeah.
Very
I said I want to blink right there, so.
Uh-huh.
But the guys on BL and corner light and watch it good, so they will have to fix it and get it ready. But it's still in the stage.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Okay.
Así que only one light not work right now. ¿Entiendes?
Good. Claro. I have a right to question.
You have a right.
And I stand by my wits about it. I have a right to question.
Yeah. Yes. But but you see that only one not work right now, right? And that's why I was invited to Cafeteria Morris.
Good.
You bring out your not bring no cha-cha-cha tonight. You bring your sneakers and your Bermuda shorts and we'll take a trot. You go trot?
Yes.
All right.
I will leave it behind you.
Yeah, so that is how it's looking right now, Emmanuel. You know,
so after some repairs and some replacements have been made, I guess after I watched some of them not being lit, I'm glad to see that almost all, if not all of them, are now lit.
Yeah.
Okay?
So
because it was a genuine and authentic concern from a lot of us who passed by and saw some of the lights not working. We did have a situation And I am very simply one of those who questioned why was some of the lights not on. I can understand the fact that the project had not been finished and some of the bulbs need to be adjusted and replaced, and therefore it pleases me to see that the lights are now all, if not all, almost all of them are functional.
You can't.
But we have a right to question.
You can't judge a horse when it's still in at the starting gate, you know.
Right, okay.
You have to judge the horse that they end, that the finish line.
But that's a different story.
That's the same
That's
thing,
a
man.
different story, right.
Yeah, so this is how it is right now, pa. So only one I light have only issue right now, and then one right front of Morris
I'm
house.
glad to see that.
Yeah, so when I say, you know, after the lights go up, you know, they still have to do the testing with the volts and everything and make sure all the lights to get the correct voltage that they need to get, no? Because then they could cause one issue. You know, this you deal with strong current, strong electricity. They have to make sure that everything is in place before they decide. We say, all right, to hand it over and say, you know what? Whosoever has been doing the project is completed. Come and do your check, and you do your check and say, all right, receive. Bap, 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 sign and let's go. Yeah. Ready for inauguration when that finished, right? So, you know, persons that live in the area, you could go there, you could jog the night, or if you just walk and, you know, have one conversation with somebody. You know, people got a FaceTime when they walk with, they could walk and they could video themselves, and then they could say, yeah, watch how nice this look. You're there States long time, and watch how we look, you know, come back, come visit, you know, come home.
I wish that other streets also, the mayor, other people take example and begin to embrace projects like these, because we deserve this. We deserve this. We like it, and we want more of it.
Yeah, we want more. We want more.
But on another note, Checky, we found out that Mr. Musa is no longer holding a competition, presenting any sort of competition to Mr. John Brisenia.
That was my expectation from all the noise started. That was my expectation.
And I told you that we're not guaranteeing that he is going to be...
Time limit, Emmanuel, time limit.
Obviously, there is a time limit.
Yeah, time limit.
You
But
know?
then the man said that, the man said in our contest, no, not this time. So that doesn't mean that he signed off completely. He said, but for this time, you're not going. You get it? Because like he said that, you know, we got this municipal elections coming up. We need to put some of the standard bearers in place in the party. We got a lot of work to do instead of just deal with a convention right now, cause division and so. So the man stand up, he play a very smart role, a very smart move, and he said, no, I know the contest. And you know what that for the agenda for unseat the UDP. And that's what he stick to.
So it is more important to unseat the UDP than for him to lead the PUP at this moment.
At this time. You know? And but you know them, you got some people, one text them say, go try increase your votes in a Caribbean show, another for one of the same PUP supporters, right? So, but I don't think he like really take anything there for no kind of insult or...
He's bigger than that.
Yeah, he's bigger than that. You know, and he come out bold and say, yeah, this is not the time. I'm not going this time. He never said maybe next time, but I'm not going this time. You get it or not get it? So now like, well, you know what? I know the fool of this. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested to become a leader or whatever. But this time, no. So, that put...
Well, like I said, I thought that some days ago when I heard him, I think that he was doing his little quick homework. You know? He was trying the waters. He was probando las aguas, como dicen.
Okay, he said that he was considering it, right?
He was considering. But I guess at the end of the day, he must have maybe realized that John's hold is very strong, and that despite all the calls that he said that he had received, those calls were not enough to be able to unseat a formidable leader, as the PUP would have it, as John Briceño.
Yeah.
A formidably strong leader within the PUP.
So you never just want to run out there like
Because they say that he has already received endorsements from 20 of the constituents. Am I not right?
Yep. So the man don't want to run out there like chicken without head and don't know where to go.
Exactly.
You know? So if he or any other person within their party decides to run, then they have the next 2 years. Because it looked like the conventions are called within 2 years, no?
Mm-hmm.
Because the ending of January would have made 24 months for Jan, no? Or 2 years or whatever it is. So, or I don't really know for how long, but they say for October you could call it.
The point is that since you have a 2 year, this is 2017, which
19.
means that there are another convention or another party convention or conference is due within 2 years, which
19.
may be before the general elections. Am I right?
Right, because the general election is slated for 2020.
2020. So can it be that perhaps there is going to be they're holding off until then, and it is going to be present an interesting situation, or can it be that perhaps they're just going to let it ride through?
Yeah, waving.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, well, Emmanuel, I got some next issue here when we going on agree, but I know when I have time to touch all of that because by the way the convention happened in Agriga, you know, but they had some controversy.
I gathered that Mr. Man won, but he was not on Papa Mena's side.
Right.
Humphrey.
Right. Yes, Mr. Humphreys, you know.
He won, but he was not on Papa Mena's side.
But the votes were low as well.
Really?
Lower than 300. Where then that they garnered, no? The amount of votes they get was lower than 300.
So that does not bode well for
the party itself.
For the party itself.
I don't know how much.
Is it because there's a lot of discontent? Is it because Papa Mena is not doing his job? What is the situation there?
Well, you see, like some of their thing were coming. They had some things there that came out, and like I say, that one quote unquote I think is supposed to come up on Facebook. I say Papa picture up here. He said it's a shame you have to use money to buy my people. Sad that they don't know how you only care for your agenda and your racist needs. He said that's politics. Then I have one next one here. A next one here that says create your accounts and attack. With time, my people will know that you don't really give the word. I will continue to defend them, even though you think we all have a price. So you see Wally division there.
Wally, I see a big division.
I don't know. I don't know which side in the pan. If he's on the side of the deputy prime minister, or ready up on the next side. You understand? Because the next slate, I understand, was endorsed. I have to get that information before I really bring it out. Humphrey's slate. I believe I can get information about that before we touch it tomorrow.
You only set me right up.
Huh? I see you lap your pie, lap your foot to look like I'm ready for something.
You only set me
if
right
you put
up.
cha-cha-cha, and we'll bring it up, we'll just lap your foot. Next time I put cha-cha-cha, and we'll do one thing.
He always alludes to me lapping my foot. I bring my
We're going to foot lap right now.
God knows that I don't do that.
You're not going to foot lap right now?
No.
Why am I going to take your picture? But Emmanuel, we are trying to touch some of that later on, because if they got the vision, then the problem. Coming up this Sunday, Emmanuel, sports once again. We got the Vegas Cup tournament coming up this Sunday at the People's Stadium. We invite everybody to come out and cheer for your favorite team. And even if your team not play, still come out and say the standings so you can talk to your teammates. You can say, ¿sabes qué? Tenemos que hacer tighten up porque ese grupito está subiendo y la próxima semana we are meet there. So even if your team not play this week, come out and check out the other teams there, right? See how they play. And so that Sunday also they have a Domino's tournament at the People's Stadium. I believe it's at the stadium as well. It starts at 10 o'clock this Sunday. right? Dominoes, black stick. Play, man. Play domino, man. You and see
when is the competition for dominoes?
Boy, it's a Durham tournament this Sunday. We should get more information on that, Pa. I want to get it to bring it over, right? That's why Libana send and the information. But on that note, we'd like to thank everybody who tuned in. Thanks to our guests that were here this morning. We should have some doctors tomorrow, but still left one little thing to confirm. If not, myself and Emmanuel will browse through. Remember, folks, tomorrow night is the grand opening of the Expo Fair. We got the Grupo Mojado that will be opening along with Youth Connection Band. Youth Connection will represent Belize. Tomorrow night at the Expo Fair, it's the grand opening. Come on and enjoy yourself, you know. And then, take us home, Pa.
Pues muchas gracias a todos sobre todo a la audiencia. Muchas gracias porque bastante agradecidos por su confianza. También hay que reconocer el trabajo detrás del escenario de Morris y Rahim, y también tuyo, Chequi, que siempre me apoyas aquí en este escenario, y sobre todo, compañeros, a ustedes, la audiencia, por su participación, por sus llamadas, por el apoyo que siempre nos dan. Muchas gracias por todo esto. Yo quiero recordarles que este show se repite hoy por la noche a las 9, y no obstante, estaremos de vuelta con ustedes, primero Dios, mañana a las 7 de la mañana. Se supone que mañana tendremos invitados también. Tendremos a unos doctores, ojalá, y doctor Méndez puedas arreglar hacer esos arreglos. Pero continuamos con nuestro esmero de informar y educar a la gente. Simplemente esas dos cosas, informar y educar a la gente. Y como digo, a veces entretener. Pero, compañeros, les agradezco su sintonía. Muchas gracias. Mi nombre es Emmanuel.
And I'm Robert Checky Usher. I'll be right here at 11 o'clock for the music show today. We're going to give us something today. We got something to give away, even if there's some burger, but we got something to give away today. So on that note, we say, Pa, hasta mañana.
Until we meet again. Hasta luego. Se cuidan, compañeros.